This is from Covenant Calendar Club, and it's an introduction to Gideon's Fleece, Gideon's clay pots, and Gideon's shofars. And this is from Judges 6 to chapter 7. In the last 18 months, there have been over 75,000 views for Yahuah's Covenant Calendar. By now, a lot of people around the world are understanding Yahuah's days begin every day with the break of day, not sunset. This is also known as Boker in Hebrew. Boker is always and only the first daylight in the sky before the sun peaks above the horizon. Make note of that, before the sun comes up on the horizon. This twilight time varies in length of time depending on where you live in the world. If the twilight time in your area of the world is very short, you may have been missing it all this time, so I think it's time to check it out. There are several scripture testimonies that speak of this twilight, or the mixing of light and night, darkness. That's the twilight mixture. But the story of Gideon is not one of them. Judges 7 tells the story of how Gideon's army of 32,000 men was reduced to a mighty 300 warriors under Yahuah's instructions. This is a very simple story that shows a humble detail. Each new day began at dawn. We already know there are around 40 scripture testimonies in the Old Testament alone that confirm this same day start truth. And yes, every one of these testimonies are meant to also be a firm report of Yahuah's covenant of the day and covenant of the night, Jeremiah 33, verse 20. And that covenant of the day and that covenant of the night is seen so clear in Genesis 1. No matter how many secular historical documents can be found to support sunset, it does not out-trump the scriptures. The scriptures has the final say always, forever. So when you find something written in the scripture, you can count on it that is what is going to be in the end times. However, many dawn day scripture testimonies do have a very special gem of information that really may not have been found unless you understand the day begins with dawn. Then you have to decide to break open every story in great detail to find that gem. You can't just skip over and read the gentle words. You have to dig into the words. What are their meanings? What did the original author intend them to mean? This Gideon testimony happens to be one of the dawn day stories that has a surprising gem of information. In fact, it's very interesting. This gem is connected to the word soliloquy, a dramatic or literary form of discourse in which a character talks to himself, revealing his thoughts when alone or unaware of the presence of others. Soliloquy, a very interesting word. This gem also breaks open a very controversial topic of the scriptures. Could this gem be connected to Yahuah's covenant calendar? The sunset theory teachings have put forth a lot of resistance against Yahuah's covenant for the day commencement. Most will say, I don't have time for this right now. I'm just fine with sunset. Have you heard that? Question. Are you satisfied with sunset Sabbaths if you haven't really checked things out? Time is quickly passing by. And that's why you're invited to come and see what Gideon's testimony has for you. The end, for now. If you've enjoyed this short introduction, plan to see the full study in detail and sign up with Covenant Calendar Club for the Friday and Shabbat Zoom meetings, including our live discussion where you'll hear lots of questions and answers. And that's the link down there to where you can sign up. And I say thank you for your time and shalom.